Hi everybody, welcome to Creative Studio Loombicious. My name is Nancy and today we are going to make the mouse pencil topper. Yay! I will be doing a brown mouse instead of a grey one since I already have a grey mouse. So if you like to create this mouse pencil topper with me, then follow this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of my weekly uploads. And well, the more subscribers, the more I will post tutorials and create tutorials. So I want to make a little something that plus every 100 subscribers will be a bonus video. Not sure how to pronounce that to you guys yet, but I guess I can say it in this video for starters. And I will make something that I can post on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter maybe to let you guys officially know about this. So every plus 100 subscribers will result in a bonus video. So I hope you guys like that. So subscribe if you haven't done that already. And if you need to know the band count, you can find that below in the description here. And well, let's start. Let's start, guys. We're going to start with the ears. You have to make 2 of them, obviously. I will turn my loom. Your loom is an offset. And the ear will be mostly double looped single bands. So grab your main body color and follow the pattern I will place on my loom with single bands double looped. So 1 here, go up 2 more times. In the center row we're going to place 4 double looped singles going, well, downwards. Actually, I'm saying upwards because the tip of the ear will be here, but it is downwards on your loom. So simply follow what I'm placing, all singles double looped, and 3 on the right side here. Also singles double looped. And then we are going to place 1 diagonally here and 1 diagonally on the opposite side. Grab a single band and create a cap band here by wrapping it around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we are going to place the horizontal band, so I will turn my loom for that. A single band, double looped, create a triangle, another one above that, and now 2 bands and create your last horizontal band here. And this will be 1 ear. You have to create a second one. I already made it. You can make it exactly the same. So no need to mirror anything. Just put it on your loom here. So you can loom them both at once. Or not at once, but right after each other. So let us continue looming. Get inside that cap band. Grab the first 2 loops you come across. Loom over. Get the next 2. Loom over. And simply loom upwards all the rows until you reach the end of your loom. Make sure your bands don't get stuck like mine. Can be a bit tricky on the corners here, but you can manage. And continue looming upwards. Then grab 3 different colored bands and make slip knots here, so simply tie off so we can safely remove the ear from the loom without falling apart. And hold on to your hook. They aren't that heavy, but well, anyways, continue. Remove this from your loom. Is that a good or a bad thing? Laughing at yourself. I think it's a good thing. So this will be one ear. Yay, there it is. And this will be a little white at the bottom. It's also here, but that's because we're going to attach it to the second layer of the head. So this is correct. So create your second ear, come back to this point, then we're going to do the top of the head. We're going to do two bands at a time. Everything will be basically in one color, except for the eyes and the nose. The rest will be brown. 2 bands at a time. And I hope this recording will go better than my previous recording. I really deleted it because I got disturbed so many times. 2 people called and there was another thing. I don't even recall what it was, but everything went wrong, so I just deleted that video. And well, here I am trying the mouse again. So fingers crossed this will work. Now place 2 diagonally here. And 2 there. Then place 1 horizontal band already. And place a single band of your main body color at this peg by wrapping it around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to attach the ears. So I will turn my loom for this because we have to put it on here. Yes. You have your ear. We're going to grab the outside row of this ear. So stick your hook through from the back to the front. There is a slightly curve in this ear and keep that curve to your right. So stick your hook through from the back to the front. And then simply you have it through this set, then slide it onto here on this side. Replace. Now we have to place the other ear. And we're going to stick our hook through also that curve to your right, but stick your hook through this set. So don't stick it through this set, but through this set from the back to the front. Make sure you have the loops around your hook correctly. Lift up the same bands and slide it onto there. Now we are going to place 2 horizontal bands again. So grab 2 of your main body color, get that ears a bit to the front. Make sure your tying bands aren't stuck anywhere and place those 2 bands like this. And keep those ears in front of that band. Looming this will be a tiny bit difficult, but we can manage. Yeah, let us continue looming. That's it for the top of the head. So go behind your cap band. Loom over diagonally, grab the next 2 loops and simply follow those loops back to where they came from. Loom up the center entirely. Just loom right through those ears. And loom up the sides. Get those ears out of the way if they are in the way. Maybe yours aren't. Loom over the last set. Same on the opposite side. You can also use those tying bands to hook them so they won't flip back. Well, there we go. This will be the top of the head, but we have to attach the middle portion of the ears also. So we're going to turn our loom again, stick your hook through the middle row from the ear, from the back to the front. Follow the tying bands in between And lift up the last bands on the side you loomed. Lift the top 2 loops and slide that ear on there. So, and replace those bands. And we have to do the same thing on the opposite side as well. So stick your hook through the middle portion of that ear, middle row. Lift up the last loomed bands here on the side. And also slide that ear onto there. Yay! And that's about it. So grab 3 different color tying bands again. And tie off the top of the head. Oh, I missed a few loops here. Like this. Remove this from your loom. And I do suggest you remove some of the tying bands from the ears. The 2 rows we have already attached can be removed. So 2 in the center here. Remove those, otherwise you have way too many bands there. Make sure you don't remove the wrong bands. Only the bands that are on those double looped singles from the ear. There we go. So we have 3 loops tied off on the back, and yet we have 2 tied off bands from the ears we will attach to the middle portion of the mouse head. So put this aside for now. We don't need it anymore. And we are going to create the middle portion of the head. We're going to start with 2 bands at a time. And I'm taking a sip of my tea. I love tea. I don't really drink coffee anymore. What do you guys drink mostly? We all have a favorite drink, I guess. So mine is tea. And what is yours? Write it down in the comments below. Yeah, let us continue. 2 bands at a time. 2 here, 2 in the center, and 2 at the bottom row. Now we are going to create the hole in the pencil topper. So place 2 diagonally and 2 diagonally on the opposite side. And then go down, all with 2 bands still. On the opposite side as well. Then we're going to close the hole. So go diagonally. And diagonally again. Place 2 here. 2 there. Also 2 in the center. Now grab 3 bands and place them in the center row. So these are 3 bands at once. There. Place 2 bands on each row on the side. And then I guess I will turn my loom. The rest will be double looped. Yes, I don't want to make any mistakes, so I'm double checking my designs. Yes, turn your loom. And the rest will be with single bands double looped. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, go down 2 times with a single double looped on each side. And also in the center, 1, 2, 3, go down 3 times in the center with a single double looped. Now we need to place 2 singles double loop, but they will stretch quite far. So place them diagonally and try to double loop them. Also on the opposite side. This will be the nose part. A little bit tricky to loom, so I hope my bands won't snap, and otherwise I have to replace them. Yeah, this is the middle portion. I'm going to place the horizontal band, single double looped here, a single double looped here. Now grab 2 bands, place them, yeah, place them here. These are 2, and 2 bands again placed here. Well, this is optional, you don't have to do this. I will use 2 round pink bands to create a larger nose, but you can also use just a single pink band and wrap that around 4 times here to create a smaller nose, but I like to create a bigger nose. And if you really don't like it, you can always clip off one of those bands. So it's up to you guys if you want to use 1 pink band and wrap it around 4 times, or if you use 2 and wrap 1 around 3 times. I will start with wrapping around 4 times first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And adding an extra band now is optional, but I will do that to make the nose a little bit thicker. So wrap a single band around 3 times. Again, 3, not 2. It will be a bit thick on your loom. But it's possible. And you don't have to do this. It's totally optional. So it depends on what you guys like. But if you don't like those 3 extra loops on top, you can always cut off this band and leave the 4 loop band. So it's up to you guys. It's optional. The eyes, yes. So grab your eye color. Mine will be green. Wrap that band around twice. Then grab a black band. Wrap that around 4 times. Reclaim this green band and wrap around twice. Then grab 2 of your main body color bands and get the eye onto there. So get all the loops around those 2 bands. Place that eye a little bit in the center of those 2 bands. And then we are going to place this eye from the 3rd peg. Yeah. 3rd peg on the side to the 5th in the center. We have to overstretch this a tiny bit. Oh, stay on there. Like this. And then place those eyes approximately in the center of those 2 bands. So create a second eye and place them on the opposite side. Both of you need to be on there. Simply place them on the opposite side. So from the 5th in the center to the 3rd on the side of the loom. And then we can loom. Yes, this will be in the middle portion. This will be a tiny bit tricky, so go behind your cap band or cap bands. If you place them both and loom over. Get inside again, grab the next loops and the last. Yeah, okay. I knew this was going to happen. You probably have the same problem. And those bands are a little bit worn. So I will try to replace. Oh yeah, I have a good idea. If this happens, double loop a single on your loom here. Push it down a tiny bit. The only thing we actually need to do is getting that through the cap band. So try to grab the double loop band, stretch it out a bit. Go inside the cap band and try to grab them again. I will use my hands in order to get it on my hook. And then all you need to do is simply loom over. That's it. Then continue looming up in the center once and remove this nose. So it will prevent those bands to snap also. So you have to be a tiny bit quick here. But let us continue. That's the hard part. So loom up the center until you reach the eyes. So these are 3 bands, stop there. Loom up the sides. Until you reach this point. Same thing on the opposite side. Now, if you want to, you can remove some part of the snout, preventing it to snap on your loom. I will do that because I don't want my bands to snap. So leave it until there. Now grab the top of your mouse head. Have it upside down with those 3 loose tying bands facing towards you. Stick your hook through the first set in the center row, so don't go through the cap band, but the set behind the cap band. Make sure you stick your hook through the center. There's a tiny bit of a hole already, and I'm totally off here. Now I'm through correctly. Make sure you have 2 loops on both sides of your hook on top. So it's on your hook like this. Grab those 2 bands inside the eyes. Pull them upwards, slide over the head and loom. Then also loom diagonally from inside this pack. I think I have 3 bands there. Yes. Loom diagonally and loom diagonally. Then loom up once on the side and once on the other side. And once more. Then we will attach the last row of the ears. So also loom that one over and this one. Then basically we need to flip the head over, the top of the head, and remove a little bit from the snout already. Otherwise we can't stretch it that far. So I will remove, I guess, until the eye parts. Yeah, until here. This will totally look weird, but let it be. And get your hook through the last set we have left on the ear, from the back to the front, just like you did with the other portion. Lift up the bands you just loomed, the last bands. You've loomed only the top 2 loops, and slide over the ear. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Go through from the back to the front. Make sure you have all loops around your hook. Lift up those last 2 loops you loomed. Slide that ear onto there and replace. Well, then we need to loom diagonally. 2 bands. I have 3 again. You guys probably don't have a clue how I record this. I basically have that camera inside my face. So you guys can see best, but for me it's hard to see sometimes because I can't directly look into my loom because you guys are. But it doesn't matter, I do my best. So I hope you guys can follow me. After we loom those 2 diagonally, we're going to place those 3 last sets we have left on top of the head to those 3 pegs. I will start in the center. Make sure your hook is through correctly. Get all those loops around there and loom the last 2 bands. This is the tricky part for me. I can't see, guys. I have to tilt my loom. Otherwise I really can't see what I'm doing. Do I have the right bands now? I have 1 band too many. But which one? I don't know. This is the tricky part for me because I simply can't see what I'm doing. And I did it wrong this time. Well, now the tricky part is place everything back. And try to find your 2 bands you still need to loom. I'm figuring that out. You guys can continue with the other sets, of course. I am trying to find out which bands I need to grab to loom. Now I have them. So this is a bit tricky if you can hardly see what you are doing. But hey, you guys understand what I mean. You guys are clever enough. Also do the sets on this side and loom over. That one I can see better. And these, make sure you stick your hook through correctly because these sets can be a little bit off, that they can lay on their side because of that ear there. So really follow the tying band. So you really can see how the tying band is tied and then place it around the peg and loom over the last set. Then remove the previous tying bands and use them, reuse them to tie off your project again. I always try to reuse my tying off bands. Yay, there we go. Remove the top of the mouse head from the loom. And also remove those tying bands in the ears. We do need to shape this up a little bit, so stick your hook through those bands you pulled through the top of the head. Just pull them upwards a tiny bit so it will be less tight. You need to adjust those ears a tiny bit. Might need to pull a bit on those eyes. You can actually shape your project. I really like this nose better than just one band. But if you think it's too big or you don't like it, just clip that triple looped band off and remove those tying bands from the ears. No need to let them stay on there. They can only confuse you when looming the bottom part of the mouse. So there we go. This will be the top. It's cute. And now we're going to do the bottom part of the mouse. So grab your main body color again. We're going to start with 2 bands at a time. Two again. Try to place them on without a twist. You can actually leave them twisted, but I think it will look a little bit better if bands aren't twisted too badly on your loom. We're going to create a hole, so place 2 diagonally here and 2 diagonally on the opposite side. Go down with 2 bands on each row. Well, not each row, not the center row. Place 2 here, and now we're going to create the hole, 2 diagonally and 2 diagonally on the opposite side. Place 2 here, 2 there, and 2 in the center, and the rest will be double looped, but grab 2 bands and create your horizontal band here so we won't forget. And we can actually place here 2 bands already, so this will also be, oh, don't, no, leave it. Just turn your loom. We're going to place the double looped single bands first. So grab a single, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Go down with a single double looped twice. Also on the opposite side. And I guess we have to go down 3 times in the center row, yes, just like the middle portion of the head. Go down 3 times with a single double looped. And then we have to pull off that same trick by stretching one single band a little bit further than the rest and double loop it. And also on the opposite side. So this can also be a little bit tricky. Then grab a single main body color band and wrap it around 4 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. And now we're going to place the horizontal band. So a single main body color band double looped here as horizontal and another one. And now grab 2 bands again and place them here as a horizontal band. Since we are going to stitch those 2 parts together, I'm not going to place a tongue inside the mouse because you won't be able to see it. And I tried, but it really looked weird. My tea is almost cold now. My homemade iced tea. Yum. So, yeah, that's it for the bottom part. The first thing we are going to do is get inside this cap band and loom over those 2 diagonally placed bands. This will also be a little bit tight, so I hope those bands won't snap. This will be tricky, just like this time it worked. It didn't snap. Continue looming up the center row, because we can't reach it after I attached the top of the head. Also loom diagonally already. You really have to do this, otherwise we can't reach it anymore. So this is the main part. Lift up that cap band, preventing it to snap. And then we need the top of the head, top of your mouse head. We're going to attach the bottom 2 loops of each set onto these sets in order to get it stitched together. So you will have it right side up, the top of the head, and you're only going to grab the bottom 2 outside loops of every set we have here. So don't grab the top, but grab the bottom 2 outside loops, these, and place them around this peg here. And do the same thing on the opposite side. Get the bottom 2 loops, get it around there. Then loom up once. Mine is quite tight here, so I will get another hook to help me out a tiny bit. Then you can remove one set. And then we are going to attach the next set in order. We use these bands, so now we're going to grab the next set. I will tilt my loom so you guys can see best. Bottom 2 loops around this peg. We just loomed up to do the same thing on the opposite side. So try to search for the next, and you can see we use this set. So we're going to grab the next bottom 2 loops and get them around the peg and loom over. And we have to do this until we basically reach the end of the loom. Not entirely though. Use an extra hook, preventing bands to snap if needed. And remove another part, another set from the loom, so it won't snap. Again, grab the next double looped single in row bottom 2 loops, place them around the back. Same thing on the opposite side. There we go. And loom 1 set further. These will be 2 bands. Same thing on the opposite side. There we go. Remove a little bit from the mouse again. And then grab the next 2 loops you come across. This will be 2 bands instead of double loops. So get the bottom 2 loops and place them around the back. Same here, bottom 2. Stay on there. Where does this come off from? Here. Please stay on there. Bottom 2. Place there and loom up once. On each side. That isn't big of a deal. Try to replace it around these pegs. And if it does come off already, let it be. That's fine. There we go. Yeah, we're going to loom diagonally first. Otherwise we cannot reach that anymore. So diagonally, also on this side, diagonally, then loom up the center once, because we will attach the top of the head also. So just loom over once and don't continue. Still we have to attach 1 more set on the side, so grab the bottom 2 loops of the next set you come across and get it around. Also on the opposite side, bottom 2 loops of the next set. It will be these 2. Place them around the peg. Loom over once on the sides. Remove some part of the mouse. And then all there is left to do is attaching those 3 loose ends to those 3 pegs here. So let's do that. Make sure your hook is through correctly. I don't want the tying band in between. Go inside here and loom over the last set. Do the same thing on the sides. Make sure your hook is through correctly so you have all loops. Place it around the peg. And try to reach to the bottom 2 bands and loom over. Push down everything a tiny bit. Same thing here. This one is a little bit tricky, hard to see. Just follow the tying band. So you can see you have all loops. Get it around here. And loom the bottom 2 last bands over. There we go. And this will actually be your pencil topper already. So we're going to tie off with those bands here. Just pull through the bottom 2 loops, through the top 2, and pull tight. Do this with every last set you have loomed, so your work won't fall apart. Oh gosh, I missed one. Get on my hook, you both. Yeah. Bottom through the top 2 loops, and then you can remove your pencil topper from your loom. Yay, there we go. Yeah, this actually is way better than my previous video. So there we go. There it is. There we have the mouse pencil topper. Yeah, this is way better. pull on that tip of the snout and push that bottom part a little bit behind. I can actually try to maneuver this a tiny bit, manipulate the shape of the head. Like this. Yeah, this is way better than my previous video. I tried to do it in a different way, but it didn't work that good. So this will be the mouse pencil topper. I'm going to hide those bands here at the bottom. Try to get them inside the mouse without grabbing too much other bands. I actually use that hole to pull through the bands. And you can try to go inside the snout and pull it through that way. Yeah. Yeah, and pull a bit on those ears. Where is my pencil? Now I need another one, because now I have two of them. So get the pencil inside. Oh, I'm totally forgetting about the whiskers, so I'm going to do that also. You can also use transparent or clear bands from Rainbow Loom. Why is this not working? I need to find a loose. Oh, there we have it. So I'm going to use some jewelry wire that is stretchy, and I'm going to loop it around 3 times. Then I'm going to clip it off. You make a tiny knot with it, so we can pull it through the head. And then stick your hook through any part you like your whiskers to be. Can be right after the nose or just in front of the nose. Get those loops on your hook and pull this through the top of the mouse nose. Get that knot in between the nose and don't pull it through. It has to be inside the head, like this. And then we can clip off those whiskers. Make them a little bit smaller. Otherwise they are way too big. But this is fine. This is okay. So there we go. I showed you how to make whiskers. These ones are really curving upwards, but it's fine. It's okay. So there we go. This is awesome. Yeah, now I have 2 mouses. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this tutorial. I really do. I really hope you guys like this. Yeah, I do. I really like them. And I'm not sure what I will do next, to be honest. I might do some cats. I would like to record some. I did a mouse and the next will be a cat. Yeah, that will be awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this tutorial. If you did, let me know by pressing a thumb up. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already. And if you are already supporting me, thank you so much. That is really awesome. That stimulates me to continue to create tutorials. So have fun, enjoy, and I see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye bye. Oh, be creative.